Hello, hello, hello. Good day and good morning. My name's John Wright, and boy, I tell you, I've been up probably partying all night. I drank, I had so many shot glasses that I stacked them up. I spin them on my roulette table. They go up this here tall, and they were so tall that they were prepared to fall over, and that's when I stopped for sure. But anyway, I it's not that much whiskey, you know. I'm not like a little kid, but regardless, and it was over many hours, so I have a shot, an hour later I have a shot. If you take a shot, 8 shots within 8 hours, I think you're probably legal still to drive, other than I wouldn't, because I know better to put myself in such a position. Now, when people put themselves in a bad position like Donald Trump does, well, it's like I was saying, I've been here all night having a really good time, wonderful time, matter of fact. I seen my sister the other day, and you know what? I should not hold any grudges against my sister at all, because for one, there's um, there's lots of things that maybe she does understand, and there's some things that she doesn't understand, and maybe there's a meeting in the center someplace for me and her. I always think that there's hope for people. And I will say that if you personally have a grudge with somebody, whether it be your brother or whether it be your children or whatever it is today, why don't you reach out and give them a call and tell them no matter what you've done, I still love you? But mine's the different one. Donald Trump is done. I know that. But it's apparent that America needs, they need some healing. But for somebody to pardon Donald Trump from his problems and stuff like that, well, that's going to take some consideration, considering what he has done and other people have done. They have to be held responsible for their guilt. They have to be held responsible to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, and that may just reduce sentencing. And the sentencing I'm talking about is something you wouldn't goddamn imagine. Although the law, they'll put you in jail for a period of time. How would you like to walk out of goddamn jail free? All I want to do is live in peace. I hope for a better day than yesterday. But Donald Trump wouldn't hope like that. Donald Trump would say, oh gosh, pull up your arms, this is it. He spoke blasphemy from what I seen, holding the Bible and pulling that number. I witnessed his wife when he would stand by him to take some award for all that she's done. And Donald Trump, the glory dog, does that. If Melina didn't show up, Trump shouldn't have showed up and just said it was a traffic problem. But regardless, America should wake up in the morning and they should drink a new cup of coffee. The cup of coffee is, my sister was worried that the Republicans going out of business. Well, I put the Republicans out of goddamn business myself, so I'm not even going to candy coat it. Just like I told my sister yesterday, I don't candy coat things. So, I just want you to know I have a relationship with the Holy Father in heaven. Do you? Do you even read the Bible? Have you ever read the Bible? Here's something. It's a hard thing to start reading. Why? Maybe it's so gloomy and doomy because you've done so much. I know when my mother found out that I've read Revelations in the Bible, she was astonished. Why would I do something like that? It's such gloom and doom. Well, I was reading Revelations, and Revelations was coming to life around me from what I seen. I have a lot of questions to ask. Like when I said to Ernie, I said, months ago, I said, what what I do, I'm going to have to show you because I can't tell you because you won't believe it unless you actually are told it and seen it before it happens. So as Ernie is my witness, I'm telling you it's true. If somebody wants to talk to Ernie Tobeck, he lives right over there. He lives on Delphi and Alpine. As far as I'm concerned, you can ask my sister, his wife. I look up their phone number. I don't give a fuck. To be honest with you, I just don't give a fuck. This guy, he starts shooting off stuff. This guy back here, he likes shooting off his goddamn guns. Clips that has 20 shells in it. That looks like something that would be used in something that might kill people. Maybe the law enforcement community should do their goddamn job instead of failing to apply the rights of a citizen like me. And by the way, I want their badges, I want their guns, I want their pensions, I want everything they goddamn own if they have anything against me. Am I demanding respect? No, I'm just taking what I own. They've taken my bowling alley away from me. They've taken my family away from me. They've taken my children away from me. They've killed people. How about Brian, Andy, and Kyle in Lewis County, Washington, and associated with the business owner's son? I had a boy come to me telling me, and he goes by the name Red because he has red hair, I was supposed to be in that car that night. That was that same boy that had thrown rocks on the bowling alley's lanes in the Chehalis Bowling Center, and I didn't even tell the owner of the bowling alley. But I ultimately, immediately, went and visited the boy's mom that didn't live too far from the bowling alley, to be honest with you. And we had a nice talk about Red that put a cigarette butt out on my car, my pink magenta car, like my pink shirt. I got a pink car. I got a deal on it. It was brand new. God damn it. I don't give a fuck what the color is as long as it goddamn runs good. And I kept it clean. I kept it spotless. My neighbors knew I kept my goddamn cars clean. I take care of my property where they don't take care of their property. And I maintenance their property. I mean, and by the way, I have to have my mechanic take over the day that I told Dan Fasano over there in Centralia, Washington, Dan, my mother, Dan, it's like I gave her away, like, the Lord, like jokingly, the Lord would have said to, them down below, the mother and them come up like this here, and he says something like, man, your mother, your man, like this. And Dan Fasano's still alive. You can ask him. Okay. A lot of people. Now, you see, I got a bad reputation. And I don't know why. I brushed my hair. I combed my teeth. And I'm a really nice guy. A little bipolar, too. Or a little dyslexia. I get things twisted up a little bit. It's like checkers. And that may be what's wrong with you. Just think. If you think blue is red and red is blue, well, you've got an identity problem. Because if you're out there watching me on the internet, looking me up, you're not a millionaire. Because millionaires don't do that. They don't want to see shit like this. They don't want somebody to say no to children getting clips and that fits in guns and bullets too. Oh boy. And, you know, I don't know. How about these knives? Let's give them some of these. But this, we haven't had none of this yet. You know, now you got Donald Trump and you've got this. But you know what? I find that people that support Donald Trump don't want to be seen in a Donald Trump hat no more. No, 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 no. They don't want to be seen in a red truck no more. They'll hide in a blue car, but they'll wear a red hat to scare people for some reason. But they don't understand they're actually blue. And because if they were red and they thought they're righteous and everything and upright people, they would paint their trucks red. They would love the cars so red, and they'd put a red tie on, and they'd wear that red tie all over the place. And you know what? You know what a figure 8 is? It's just put an X on it, tie it together. You know, my dad was putting me tying it together from the 727 with the 8 cigarette butts to the tie in there, to the tie that was left in the seat, the 8 cigarette butts, and what else was left in there? Well, that was the important stuff, I think. But the tie capital of the world, right there, Morton, Washington, right there, railroad tie. Man, that was a good clue right there. And also the Twin Star Credit Unions from the river to the sea, the 21st one is there. And the Fairhearts, they got their stuff right across there, and they put their museum there. And they've got designer stones up Fairhearts Way, marking the territory and stuff. I mean, for me to say Bruce Kimsey, George Fairheart, Jerry Wright, and James L. Rowland, I don't give a fuck how old you are, you must pay. Because they would have fucking made me pay. Do you think they're up and above the law? Do you think Donald Trump's up and above the law? No, Donald Trump is not. And if you think that they're just giving Donald Trump a bad thing for a bad time, no, they're not. His mischief got him into trouble. His bad business deals did him in, and his ties to Russian funds in this latest bond thing may pan out to be true. I mean, it's too. I haven't watched the news. I've just caught end of it. But anyway, I'm tired this morning. I'm gonna go to bed for an hour or so. It's peaceful. It's not like this usually, and it's wonderful, by the way. So you have a nice day. You know what? I say the Lord's Prayer. I haven't said it in a long time. I started saying it, I think, just last night or yesterday. You know why? I felt, well, anyway, watch my videos and maybe you'll understand a little bit better. My dad was a Zodiac killer. My dad was D.B. Cooper. This has everything to do with John F. Kennedy. I was raised in a rabbit pen, and I found out that I was named after John F. Kennedy. Lancer was his code name, and Terry Lance Shortridge got murdered. And I don't know how this actually works together, but the Holy Father works in mighty strange ways, and I don't believe that Donald Trump's your anointed one, and I feel like I've only been used. I mean, to be honest with you, I feel like a person that's been taken to Nineveh, and no matter what I do, I have to go through it. I mean, it's not like I'm a glory hound. Thank you for your time, and I'm going to bed. I'm tired. Thank you for your time. I hope Donald Trump finds peace in the cell, and justice will be served. Thank you for your time, and you have a great day. Bye-bye.